What's going on, Packers fans? Happy Monday and happy Victory Monday to each and every one of you guys. If you are still pumped up about yesterday's win over the Detroit Lions, and if you love what you saw from this squad in the home opener, I need you to do me one big favor. Hit that thumbs up button like today's video. Welcome into the show, everybody. My name is Joey Petersen. You are watching the Packers Report. On today's show, just like we'll do every Monday morning or every morning following a game day, it is time for our Overreaction Monday. I'm going to give you 5 overreactions, and I'm going to tell you whether it's fair to feel that way or whether I do believe we're overreacting just a little bit. The first one we're going to discuss today, excuse me, this team can win a Super Bowl. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think that's an overreaction. That's not an overreaction one bit. And I'm not just saying that because they looked really good yesterday. And of course, it helps that they looked really good yesterday. But we've known, we've discussed, we've talked about the fact that this team has the ability to win a Super Bowl over the last 7 months. We just knew this team needed to get a little bit better in the pass rush. And they looked unbelievable yesterday. Now, it's not a perfect team by any means. There's still some holes that can be plugged up. There's still some holes that can be fixed. But in total, I've told you since January that this team, they've got the quarterback, they've got the offense, they've got the team itself to go out there, compete, and hoist a Lombardi trophy. And then, of course, they added Matthew Golden. They added Micah Parsons. They just got better. Okay? So, no. That is not an overreaction. What say you guys? Do you think the Packers can win the Super Bowl this year? If you do, if you're feeling good about it, go ahead and give me a yes in the comment section down below. And if you don't think so, for whatever reason, tell me no. But also, don't just say no. Go ahead and tell me why as well. The second of our Week 1 overreactions, this was a perfect performance. And I'm going to push back against that a little bit. Because while I think it was a really good performance, I don't think it was perfect. So this, in my opinion, is a bit of an overreaction. Because you got to look at like the game in a whole. And a little bit that offense stalled out in the third quarter, in a sense. You didn't really get much from them productivity-wise. Honestly, pretty much for the entirety of the second half until like midway late in the fourth. And so I don't love that, and I get that. Detroit's a really, really good team, but you didn't play 100% perfect throughout the entire day, and so it's not a perfect performance, okay? You still gave up some big plays, although the defense gave up a lot less big plays than I thought they were going to. But if you're going to compete with the best of the best, and yes, the Lions are the best of the best, and you competed with them and you beat them, you're going to have to string together 4 quarters of really, really good football. And yesterday, I don't think they necessarily did that. The good thing is, the 3 quarters that they did play really, really good football, they played much better football than the other team, okay? So they were able to overcome that. But when you're facing teams in the playoffs, you're not going to be able to have 1 quarter where you don't really do much, you don't really score many points, and you kind of make some mistakes offensively, go 3 and out a ton, and continue to give the ball over to the other team. My third overreaction, Micah Parsons is the final piece. And you know what, guys? What I say to this one is, I don't think that's an overreaction, okay? Micah Parsons is what we've been talking about, what we've been waiting for, what we've been discussing for the entirety of the offseason. There's a reason I've continued to harp on edge rushers. My first ever video, we talked Max Crosby, okay? Then we talked a ton of Trey Hendrickson. We talked a little bit of TJ Watt. We briefly talked about Myles Garrett before he signed that deal. And then we've been talking a lot lately, even before he got traded, about Micah Parsons. There's a reason I continued to hammer that theme. Because I knew that this team was one elite pass rusher away from being close to as well-rounded as you can be. And I think we saw that yesterday. Now, did Micah have a typical Micah performance? No. But, man, did he make a lot of good plays. Obviously, he got the sack on Jared Goff. 3 pressures and like 26 snaps. Most pressures on the team right behind Lucas Van Ness. And the pressures he did force caused a completed pass behind the line of scrimmage, loss of 2, an incomplete pass, and an interception. You are already seeing him absolutely contribute to this team on just 45% snap count. Imagine when he gets back healthy and that gets dialed up. This guy's going to be dangerous. This was the only thing this team was missing, in my opinion, last year. And now you give Jeff Hafley the ability to be creative on the defensive line, the ability to move Lucas Van Ness on the interior and put Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons on the edge. Like, that is such an elite defensive line. That thing is scary, okay? I need you to grade Micah Parsons' first performance as a Packer. How did you feel about number 1 yesterday? Give me an A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section down below. While you're down there in the comment section, you're going to find this link, chatsports.com/GBPolo, where you can get your own Green Bay Packers polo for just $33. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is sweet. It was $55. Now it's all the way down to $33. And the thing is, with the football season coming up, this deal, I promise you, is not going to last for long. So again, head to chatsports.com/GBPolo. I put that link, made it super easy for you in the comments and also in the description of today's video. All you got to do, go down there, click on it, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're checking out, and you got this sweet green Packers Green Bay polo for just $33. Number 4, we got 2 more of these left. Matthew Golden, disappointed. I've seen this a little bit on social media, and I want to push back on this as much as I can because I think this is a massive overreaction. Did Matthew Golden come out here and have the performance that I think we all wanted him to? No, maybe not. I don't think we all dreamed up 2 receptions and 16 yards for the first-round pick in his first ever game as a Green Bay Packer. But, like, guys, come on. To say that he disappointed, I think is a massive overstatement. He caught every ball that was thrown his way, and I think that's all that you can ask for, especially when other guys were getting theirs as well, right? Romeo Doubs had a couple of receptions. Jaden Reed had a couple of receptions. Dontavian Wicks had a couple of receptions. And then pretty much for the entirety of the fourth quarter, all you really did was hand the ball off to one Josh Jacobs. And so, did he have 100 yards, 8 receptions, and 2 touchdowns? No. Do I think that game is coming for him? Yes, I do. And no way at all am I selling my Matthew Golden stock just because he caught 2 balls for 16 yards. And if you think that that was a disappointment, and if you think that he is a disappointment, then I'm just here to tell you right now, face to face, you're wrong. Number 5. Thursday is a cakewalk. And I've seen this on social media from time to time as well, okay? People look in the fact that Washington beat New York, but it wasn't an astounding victory for them. And they're looking at what we just did against Detroit, and they're thinking, you know what, this one's done and dusted. Guys, this is an overreaction, okay? Thursday night is a winnable game. You can win against Washington. In fact, you're going to be favored to win against Washington. But that doesn't mean it's going to be a cakewalk. Washington is still a very good team. They still have a very good quarterback. And they have a quarterback who can do something that this last quarterback you just beat cannot do. And that's get out of the pocket. Let's be a little bit mobile, right? Jaden Daniels gives you a totally different problem than you ever could have imagined from Jared Goff, right? Jared Goff couldn't run a sub 640 if you asked him to. Jaden Daniels is one of the best mobile quarterbacks in the game right now, okay? And they've made improvements on the offensive line. They made improvements in their offensive weapons. They made improvements on the defensive side of the football in their secondary. This is a good team. There's a reason they made it to an NFC championship last year, okay? Did they look perfect against New York? No, not by any means. No shot. But that doesn't mean they can't bite you, okay? So, Thursday, it's a game you can win. It's a game I'm expecting Green Bay to win, but in no means is it a cakewalk. That's going to do it for today's show. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you got me on social media. You can find me on Twitter. Find me on Instagram as well. Same handle for both those platforms. I made it super easy for you. I put the links to those in the comment section and description of today's video. And if you're not subscribed, you got to change that today. Okay, hit that big red sub button for free daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers.